fact that something like a walking 2 and 3 to half out didn't even place kind of tells you a lot about just how crazy everything was.
It's not just like he posted this and you just see the zero pyre by itself, which is already like a groundbreaking trick.
And the way they turn those trampolines and nets and rebound stuff is nuts, man.
They're short clips, but even that, like there's so many small things happening here.
And to see him just do something that I've never seen before. Hey everyone, welcome to a very special Tramp and Trampwall episode of Circus Performers React. Today I'm joined by Jake Hinga, who is the founder and host of the Tramp Wall Tribe competition, and two-time Olympian turned Cirque du Soleil performer turned Cirque du Soleil casting advisor, Greg Pennes. Jake, for anyone who doesn't already know you, who are you and what do you do?
I guess most people know me through Tramp Wall community, both as like an athlete and acrobat myself, but then lately a lot of videos online with Junktramp collaborating, skits, things like that. And then now most recently the Tramp Wall Tribe competition. This will be the 3rd annual year.
Yeah. And Greg, how about yourself?
I'm Gregoire Pennes. I come from trampoline competition. I did the Olympics in Beijing and London 2012 to then start my career at Cirque. I missed there and then joined MJ1 and learned the whole tramp wall that Jake is so familiar with. And now I transitioned into a new career of casting, and so I'm a scout for any rebound disciplines, trampoline, teeterboard, tramp wall.
All right, well, let's get into it with our first clip of the day. For the first clip, I just wanted to kind of recap some of the madness that went down in last year's Tramp Wall Tribe competition. Greg and I were both judges for that. Jake obviously put the whole thing on, and it was insane.
Yeah, this was crazy. Every time I watch that, I get like good vibes from the whole time too.
Yeah, so we had box game, biggest trick, and freestyle flow. And the fact that something like a walking 2 and 3 to half out didn't even place kind of tells you a lot about just how crazy everything was.
Yeah, that level was insane.
Oh,
it was interesting entering that venue with like people popping off the wall and almost touching the ceiling with their head, you know?
Yeah, Takahiro ducking his head
And
over.
he was like, that's fine, I'll just duck the head to the side.
And then Kaito doing walking Randy in to double pull over. Like, I remember sitting there at the judges table and watching him warm that up. And at no point did I feel any sense of fear or concern for him because it was just like,
He knew.
he just knew.
Yeah, it was like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
The preps all looked good. Honestly, this was a very safe competition. There was only one moment during prelims where one of the Japanese guys had ended up kind of having a little bit of a moment where he under-rotated 2 and 3. And he ended up fine and everyone else was super safe. So I was really happy with that.
And you could see the industry like hanging out too.
Yeah.
Like everybody supporting each other, and there was a real vibe.
Stuff.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what gets thrown this next year.
Yeah, you and me both. There were so many things, even in like the biggest trick, for example, I remember Elias did, I believe, walking triple back and walking quad full, both in the same set. There was just so much going on.
Yeah.
It was insane. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, there were multiple worlds firsts all thrown.
Yeah. Anthony doing walking full half to triple pull over. Like, what on earth, man?
And it's clean too.
Yeah, that's the great thing about it as well. It's not dodgy.
Yeah.
And then the zebra.
And then the zebra.
Yeah.
JR's got to throw in a random clip in somewhere. Yeah, this year we want to do a spine just because if the setup's the same every year, it's like you get to the point where you can only add so many flips and so many twists, and it gets a little boring too. So I feel like having the spine opens up a whole nother realm of things that haven't been done before. Overall, I think it'll create a lot of new stuff this year. And keep things interesting.
Yeah, it's my hope that at some point this expands to be like a full-on skate competition type thing where it's like there's a spine wall competition over here, biggest trick happening over here. All right, let's check out the next clip.
Okay, so this first clip is by my buddies DD Squad. It's involving their super trampoline and a collaboration with Travis Pastrana. If you don't know who Travis Pastrana is, he was the first person in the world to do a double backflip on a dirt bike. On his property, he had DD Squad set up their super trampoline, and then they set up this day where essentially they had someone do a flip over while someone drove and did a backflip underneath him over the entire super trampoline.
Don't mistime that.
Yeah. And the preps were off center, and the only POV drone shot that they got was off center, but the actual stunt itself was directly underneath him.
Gotcha.
And they have like a whole behind the scenes video talking about it. I was not here for this day, but I got to help them set up the Super Tramp initially. So I was on the property and I remember them talking about this idea, like wanting to do it. And then they came back almost like a year later and made it happen, which is really cool.
Man, DD Squad Paw do so many cool things, as does Travis Pastrana for that matter. Didn't he like jump out of a plane with no parachute?
Yeah.
Drinking a Red Bull?
Yeah, he's done a lot of
those
stuff.
guys are legendary. And the way they turn those trampolines and nets and rebound stuff is nuts, man.
Yeah, I love all the under the bridge pendulum swings and...
This is like interesting too. I haven't been on the Curio set or the new Ludo set, but there's Cirque du Soleil has a super trampoline setup. So it's very interesting to see how this is versus the Cirque one. Mm-hmm. Obviously the Cirque one's way higher budget. Like they have it super tensioned out, and this is like, they literally sell these to people.
And so that's just like a frame and springs and a bed, that's it?
Basically, it's like take a normal trampoline that you'd buy as a kid.
Yeah.
And just scale it up and make it all. And that's
one spring at a time to set up and everything. Okay.
Yeah. Usually you put it on the net and then you pull it and you get it a little tension, and then you have to go like a little further into the net and pull it a little bit more. And yeah, that's all it is.
Wonder if you crossed those springs like some of the G-Tramps are doing, if you could go to the moon.
Maybe.
All right, what's up next?
Don't sweat the technique.
Anthony. So I sent that to Scott just because we see a lot of tramp wall happening in our feed, I'm sure all of us, and some clips for some reason like catch my attention more than others. And Anthony, first of all, I'm like a big admirer of his technique and his lines in the tramp wall community. I already told him that. But that trick, and actually I don't know the lingo like that, so please tell me what it's called.
A zero pyre.
The zero pyre is the actual name?
Yep, or an inward pull to handstand, but zero.
So that's pullover coming inward into a handstand on top of the wall.
Yep.
With Anthony pointing his toes.
Yeah.
And being so clean like
yeah,
that.
I almost think
casual.
pointing the toes helps him because he has to just think straight up.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, technique helps.
Yeah.
Tell that to the kids.
It's like reverse diving. So a fun story about this particular clip and this particular trick. About 5 years ago, I did an inward pull that caught into a roll, which was one of the scarier tricks I had ever done. And this idea occurred to me, but I chose life. However, I suggested it to Dylan Vance, who wound up doing the very first ones of these. And then I saw Anthony posted a video of him doing that trick just by itself. I texted him and I was like, dude, that was insane. Since it looks so easy for you, do you think that you could perhaps do these kind of combos? And he was like, well, I'm walking into the gym right now. I'll see what I can do. 40 minutes later, he texts me this video, and I'm just like, what the?
That's what I was going to say, too, is like, it's not just like he posted this and you just see the zero pyre by itself, which is already like a groundbreaking trick no one's seen before. He's doing it in the middle of a combo that's already clean as like, it's absurd.
Well, thanks to Scott, apparently, because he told him to.
I'm not taking credit for it.
Can you even do it in a combo? That's why you texted.
Yeah, right. If you were good. So this is Tono. Tono just turned 12 and he is coming to the competition and
Nice.
what? Like,
Are you sure 12? I thought it was 11.
he just turned 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's not that young
Within the
then.
last couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's basically
It's already
in college.
past his prime.
Yeah. But man, like,
Swan. That's insane.
yep.
And he's not that happy.
Yeah, it's
It's
just like
like-
a casual day at the office.
Almost.
And then also a couple more clips from Tono, same setup.
So he will be at the competition this year. He will be the youngest competitor. Oh,
Imagine
gosh.
over-rotating a half-out ball out and the front triple full or triple full ball
He just
out.
looks so young too. Like his face, he's just such a little adorable kid.
Yeah. So he's doing a swan dive to half-out ball out. So off of his back, 2 flips, double front with a half twist, and then he just has too much power and ends up over-rotating it because apparently half-out ball out's too easy for him. He needs to add another flip.
He's pretty much doing a double flip or a double twist in each of these skills.
Yeah.
And the standard,
3
like
there.
a couple years ago, that was a big trick. Like that was a big deal. Like most people were not throwing those, or they would throw them just like occasionally, but not in like a show environment ever. And now it's like 12-year-olds are doing it.
Yeah. God, can you imagine what he's going to be doing in 6 years?
No, I'm
He's
scared.
already doing like triple pullovers.
Quintuple pullover.
Woo! All right, so.
For the love of
no.
Bravo, this
Love
is
of
an
metal.
old one.
This is an old one. So this is from 2014. This was at HKPK where I first learned Tramp Wall, and this is Dakota Jay,
Yes.
who was one of the first people I ever saw doing Tramp Wall. This is the coolest handstand combo of all time, by the way. So vampire, cut through, pull over to handstand, Healy down,
Yes.
full and a bit back
Yes.
up, recalibrate, cast back. So dumb.
Let's go.
But yeah, seeing this stuff in 2014, this was insane. And one of the interesting things that you don't necessarily get the perspective of from this video is those rafters are so low.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember that.
yeah. So we have the spine wall coming at the competition, and he would wreck everyone on a spine wall.
Yeah, he would.
Kong gainer, double pull. Another one is a transfer into a Barani.
It's a pretty wide top for how short the trampoline, the wall is. Like normally it's about 3.5, maybe 4 feet wide of a deck.
Oh,
He tapped his head on that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Also, the guy in the highlighter shirt back there is 16-year-old Marley.
Yes, Marley.
And the guy in the blue shirt back there is me. He did so much crazy stuff.
Look clean. I like that. Jonah back up.
Jonah
Sick.
back up so easily. Yeah, he's just doing like a combination of tramp wall, vault, trampoline, and just treating this whole place like a skate park. Like, I loved his approach to all these things. Like, this is unhinged.
Wow, tap 1 and 3.
Yeah, and
over
also
the spine.
that spine wall, it was just like a cheese grater setup, like where that guy's standing there and where that mat is over. That was just great metal. Like, you do not want to misjudge that. That's Marley.
Was that your first exposure to Tramp Wall?
Mike Starkey doing cork down to stomach to, oh, this is
Gnarly.
yeah, right. Sneaky full down.
Yes.
This is before I even knew what Tramp Wall was. I think I just started learning how to flip at this point.
So hand front, snakes it over, has zero fear whatsoever in his heart. Double Jonah right back into a wall run.
So cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely insane.
Oh yeah.
So cool.
A Pasha trick.
Okay, so for this one, so basically a capoeira kick like Wellington would do, or Fred Astaire, however you'd like to think of it, into a D leg off of the wall. And I love watching people who are not tramp wall artists do tramp wall because it's such a different take on things. Like Pasha's obviously amazing at free running and virtually everything else he does. And to see him just do something that I've never seen before, he's actually done quite a few things that I've never seen before on
90%
tramp
of
wall.
everything he does.
Yeah, and I love this. I looked at this and I was like, okay, that seems reasonable. And then I went to the gym the next day and tried it and I was like, actually,
I was about to ask you.
I need a mat for this one. I'm terrified of that.
That's what I see with Pasha things every time I watch his videos is I put it in my head and like I picture it, like, oh yeah, I think I'm capable.
It makes sense
And
until
then
you're
you
there.
go and you're like, oh no, never mind.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
It's weird too because there's a lot of, it's like when you're learning to twist for the very first time, like you've never twisted, if you can even remember that. I know you probably started when you were like so little.
Yeah. But still.
But like you try to go and your body just fights itself and you go nowhere, and it's like you look at people do it and they make it look so easy and you're like, how are you doing that?
Yep.
And then you kind of figure it out and now it's not hard anymore. And I feel like he's figured out that with some of these off-axis things where it's like your body doesn't want to go and you're fighting itself, and he's just like, no, I'm just gonna let this pathway occur.
Yeah.
I tried cork zeros, which is another one he like popularized in the free running space. I think it was popular in like skiing or snowboarding.
Skiing.
And then he was like, I think I can put this in free running and trampolines and stuff. And I tried it and I was like, my brain just cannot figure it out.
That one came to me fairly naturally because of toilet bowls and pommel circles, because it's the same motion. But even then, like I would have a tendency to go half and untwist or go the other way at that point. It took a little bit to get over that. But no, agreed.
So he's doing like, because imagine you can do a single of that fairly easy.
Yes.
Just like kicking the wall and twisting. Yeah.
But adding that.
The extra D leg afterwards, and losing contact with the wall as you do it.
And are you still flipping? Are you just twisting? Are you?
Well, his torso does not invert. He's
It's
still
true. Yeah,
just
you're right.
reclined. It's
But
more of
I
a
find
ski
it harder.
axis.
Like that's big in tricking where people would start doing snatch cans, like cork in, back out.
Yeah.
And they do the first cork and it's like they just kind of hit this position where they're like,
Yeah.
and I like trying to do that,
Because
like
you go
actively,
upside
I
down.
can't. Like I can only go upside down or not at all.
Oh, fun. It feels to me like I'm in an office chair where someone's just taken one wheel out of it. I'm just like,
Kind of fun though. This is Julien Roberge, Thomas Chambers, Didier Stowe, and then I forget the last guy's name off the top of my head. Carl.
Carl Koloff.
Yeah, they did this project with, I believe, Seven Fingers. They were doing some mocap stuff as well, and I think this is like a production for it, but just very interesting. Like the music was edgy. I know Thomas has been really big into the film scene like me, where we've been trying to like film circus in a more interesting way. And they do a lot of really intricate teamwork dynamic stuff that's not pretty standard. Like For those who don't know, they used to perform together in Hoya. When you've performed with someone for so long, you really get to develop a lot of trust in desync and trisync and people moving from trampolines to trampolines. They're short clips, but even that, like, there's so many small things happening here.
It's just so cool,
Like
man.
going over on the rainbow, switching trampolines. There's a moment where someone jumps in and does a ball out diagonally to another trampoline that's diagonally. Like, it's not like you're going perpendicular with them anymore. You're now hitting them in a spot you normally aren't going. We call it foot traffic too, where it's like you're moving patterns or having to like go in and avoid other people. And it's like, you really have to make sure everyone's on the same page, because if you land on top or someone goes when they're not supposed to, you're gonna get hurt.
Yep.
And what I like with those almost like, I would say, concept videos that dancers do a lot,
Yes.
is you put as much effort in tricks and choreography than the filming aspect of it.
Yeah.
And for me, the value of that is like, it's cool. And I mean, thank you to them to shine a light this way on what we do.
Yep.
Because it's so nice to see something different than just an Instagram clip.
Yeah, no, it's very much
Nothing
an art
against
statement.
it, but
Yeah.
you know.
It does take a lot more effort to put something like this together.
But it shows though, at least.
Yeah.
You know?
It reminds me in a way of hoop diving almost, because there's so much over under and interaction between the performers that you don't normally see on Tramp Wall. Like, yes, there's desync and so on, but this is just on so many different ways.
So cool.
Thank you so much for joining us for the special Tramp and Tramp Wall edition of Circus Performers React. I've left links to all of the videos we reacted to in the video description, and if you have anything that you think we should look at, please leave a comment below. We are all going to be at the Tramp Wall Tribe competition coming on February 7th. So Jake, where and when can people watch that?
It'll be at Aerial Athletica on February 7th. Tickets are on Partyful. There's links in my bio and the Tramp Wall Tribe Instagram account bio. You can go to either of those and find it. If you can't come in person, the whole entire thing will be live streamed on my YouTube channel at Hang of Flips.
And Greg, where can people check you out on the internet?
At Gregoire Pennes on Instagram, and then Cirque du Soleil casting page. Please create a profile.
Should they fill out every part or just the ones they feel like?
Up to you guys.
If you want to get hired or not. All right, thank you so much, everyone. See you next time.
Bye.